Hey guys, so I wanted to make this stream. I know today is Easter Sunday. I lost track of time. Oh my gosh. But anyway, I realized that I've been going down this freaking rabbit hole about eczema. So, as you guys know, I've shared with you guys I have like a patch. I have like two patches on my arm. One is like 1 inch by 1 inch. The other one is like half inch by 1 inch. It's really not that big at all, but it itches, it weeps, and I was reading online, and I shared it with you guys in my community post. There are doctors out there who believe that eczema is due to a dietary issue. You need to fix your diet, or you need to go on an elimination diet. And then there's other people who go on steroids and stuff. And there's also a movement of people saying like, don't go on steroids because it's not good for you. And then some people say that they put steroids on their skin and the skin just never recovered. So I was down the rabbit hole of r Reddit eczema, and I was looking at it, and you can see that people have been talking about their struggles. People have been talking about, possible things that they've been doing. They've been talking about tuna, like I ate tuna today. And then you see all these people talking about like argan oil. I've been eating tuna. I've been eating tuna. I've been playing around with argan oil, and then you got people who talk about being fed up, and then they talk about ways of controlling scratching. By the way, I'm getting an anti-fungal in case you guys. I'm gonna treat it. I'm gonna try and treat it like ringworm, just in case it is. I think it was an anonymous individual who mentioned it. That yeah, try treat it like a fungal infection. Okay, I'll try it. I know fungal infections do spread. This thing hasn't spread. It's just hasn't been going away. And then people talk about their tea tree oil. Then there's also things about, well, what if your ferritin levels are? Try adding more vitamin D. And then people have pictures about their skin. I'm not going to show it to you guys. Other people have said that, look at this. They have been struggling with this thing for about 10 years. Other people have been going to a dermatologist as well. It's becoming almost unbearable. Now, I'm sharing this with you guys because I had a conversation today. And I woke up and I've been on this whole eczema thing, not just because it's itchy for me, but also I'm just kind of thinking like, I want to find out how to stop it. There's just so many people suffering. So I was just focused on this stuff, and then I'm talking to Lewis, and Lewis tells me that I sound like I'm depressed, and I told him, I said, I'm not depressed, and he tells me to be happy, and I said, no, I'm not depressed. I just have this thing on my mind because I want it to stop. So while I'm going down the whole rabbit hole of eczema, I come across some very depressing kind of threads on this thread, and I want to share it with you guys. Okay, look at this. So this one person said that they've had it their whole life, and then look at this. Their face is scaly, my back has spots with pus, my skin weeps, it's on my face, my head, my front neck, back of neck, chest, bends of arms, feet, tips of the toes, it's all over. And they've been prescribed things from steroids to topical ointments. And look at this. Their parents, their mom thinks they're, because there's holes in their skin. And here's the thing that just stands out to me. See, I try and sleep, but some parts of my body itches so bad that I hurt myself and I snap out from being tired. Here's the thing that I want to bring up. Like, I always, I read about eczema for a number of years. Just like casually, I've heard about it. My mom had eczema. She went to the dermatologist. I know she got some sort of injection or so. But it's really something where it's like you try and figure out like how do you stop this thing? Like, how do you get rid of the itchiness? And then you start doing diet restrictions, and then you just feel like you're cutting things out and you don't know, what the solution is, kind of thing. And it's like I'm trying things, and I just think to myself, like, yeah, I have a 1 inch by 1 inch, or 1 inch by half, like a 3x4 band-aid would cover this up like completely by far. But yeah, I can't help but notice, like, I am, this little eczema thing has really affected my life. So for someone who has a full body, like, holy crap, this has to be really like mental warfare over there for them. So look at this. So some people say, right, they say, well, why don't you get this thing called Dupicent, right? They had to pay $500 in dermatologist visits to get prescribed, but it's worth it. And then other people say that it costs thousands of dollars each to get this injection without insurance. So I saw this, and oh my goodness, like, I felt so bad, because I'm thinking there are so many people out there who probably have eczema, and let's say they hear about, like, oh, all you need to get is this injection and maybe it'll go away, or at least temporarily, and maybe they get their comfort there. But my gosh, like, friggin' couple $1,000 just to get an injection, like. And then other people are saying things like this, like, oh, have you tried bathing with bleach? Other people say that, right? Taking a bleach bath. And then other people say that, have you done a skin allergy test? And then, of course, stress can trigger stuff. And yeah, this is not the only, look at this. Like, this is not the only person. It's very sad to see how much some of these prescriptions cost. And let's see over here. See? So, let's see what over here is. So it's a prescription medication, and it's a steroid. What does it cost? Oh my gosh. Oh shit. I don't know if this is really true. Like, it'll cost $37,000 a year, but the drug makers have stressed that that's the wholesale price, and make it a point saying that there will be programs to help people pay for it. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. Does it cure eczema? No, it's not a cure for eczema. It just reduces the symptoms. Oh my gosh. So for a person like this, like, I don't know what you would tell a person like this, right? It's like, yeah. And a lot of people, there are people who lost their jobs and they don't have insurance, and yeah, it's just like, and I don't have insurance too, in case you guys are wondering. So, like, getting this is like way out of the question. Yeah, so anyway, it was just really like a brick for me when I was reading this, and I just felt so bad. Yeah, I just felt so bad, because I can cover mines up with a band-aid and go on with my day, but a person like this, oh, it's crippling. There's also people that I was seeing on this eczema thread that they have it visible, they have it all over their arms, and I just feel so terrible for them, really. It's like, yeah, so for me, like, I can live my life with my little patch, okay? It's not that bad. But yeah, I don't know what the cure is. Nobody really knows what the cure is. Some people talk about, treat it for this or this. And I'm gonna, you know what, if my patch goes away, if my eczema goes away, or at least if I keep it manageable, I still hope, it's like I'm still going to be thinking about these kind of people who have to live with this stuff every single freaking day. Because, yeah, and even if you type in this, and I'm going to, look at this. This is going to be a trigger warning, okay? I know it, but, like, look at this stuff. See? And that's the other thing too. Like if you have like patches of this stuff and this thing is, let's say, flaky or dry or itchy, you get really you get you it wears down on you after a while. You look at your skin, it's reacting. You try different things. You don't know. You go down the slippery slope. I was looking up like nickel allergies. I was looking up gluten. I was looking up people say like, okay, cut out the nuts, cut out the shellfish, cut out the seafood, cut out the dairy, cut out the eggs, cut out the processed foods. It's like cut out the green peppers, cut out the tomatoes, the nightshades. Oh, watch out. You could be allergic to ketchup, and it's just like, whoa, what the hell do I eat? And then other people say, yeah, I was reading this. They said they went on a carnivore diet, right? So all they're eating right now is basically beef, chicken, turkey, pork, and then they still have a flare up. So then other people are like, oh, well, try cut out the pork. Oh, are you having dairy? Well, cut out the dairy. It's like, and then they feel like, well, how's their life turning out? They cannot just live off of beef and water and salt all their life, right? And then other people say, yeah, just stick with it. Maybe it'll go away in like 3 months. 3 months just eating beef and water and salt? So, yeah. So, yeah, you see people cursing about this kind of stuff. And I do hope that if anybody is like, you hear about eczema and then people and then you hear about eczema and you think like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. It's like having a little mosquito bite. Understand that eczema is way more than just this mosquito bite. You might have flaky skin. Your skin might tear. Your skin might hurt. Your skin might, you might have this patch that like grows, that takes over your whole arm. If it's on your face, that's very, you don't want to cover that up with makeup, right? I don't have eczema on my face, okay? And I don't have to cover anything up with makeup, but for people who are very self-conscious about how they look, right? And especially if, let's say, they're single and then they have this like red inflamed thing. Like, I know, look, I'm gonna be honest, like if I had this eczema instead of my arm on my face, like, oh my goodness, that would make me very self-conscious. So yeah, so some people have this kind of stuff, and oh gosh, it's just terrible. So yeah, I'm gonna, I'm gonna like follow up and see what people are saying about eczema. But I'm moving forward, and I'm gonna treat it as antifungal and see it that way. And then the good thing about eczema is not life threatening, of course. It's just that I've heard that people say it's an inflammation issue. It could be because you have like some sort of like cell or something that's like out of control, and it's going a little haywire. I forgot what exactly they said. There's also some people who say it's from candida yeast die-off if you go on the keto diet or something like that. I'm like, I don't think I'm having candida yeast die-off over here. I'm still eating carbs. So yeah, it's just like you hear about all these different things, and then it sucks. So yeah, see. So yeah, if I guarantee you though, if I had this on a visible part of my body, people would be like, "What the hell happened? Like, oh my goodness, is it infectious? Oh, can I get it too? Oh my gosh, and yeah, there are people, like I said, who go to a derm and then it just doesn't go away. And it's sad. It's really sad. And I really hope that care for eczema does the treatment of the cost for it does go down. Like this stuff being possibly $37,000 without, I don't have to say how much it is. Like that's insane. Cost. Let's see. Okay. So if you have insurance like $100 a month. But if you don't have insurance, it's like $3,000 for a 4 week supply. That, yeah, yeah. So it's just, it's depressing to hear about the cost of that kind of stuff. And again, this is not a cure. This injection, right? This thing is not a cure at all. It just reduces the symptoms of it. So that's why I've been on this whole thing where I want to figure out what the root cause of it is, and hopefully it's a fungal issue for me. But if it's not, then this is just going to be something that I kind of work at, and I'm not, it's like I'm just so focused on this, and when I read about this stuff, I'm like, frick. There's all these people who say stuff like, oh, well, just take fish oils and you should be okay. And I'm like, I'm already taking fish oils. Oh, you need to up your vitamin D. And I'm like, okay, well, I've also read that people think that this stuff flares up more in the winter because people aren't going out. And I haven't been going out that often either. But yeah, but yeah, it could be it. Could be something else. Who knows? Let's see. And then, yeah, see all these people? It just, anyway, I like I said, what I've learned from this is that this kind of eczema thing, it's really not as small as I thought it was going to be. And I am going to start bandaging myself up. And I'm also going to start treating it a little bit more carefully. So I've heard people say sometimes if you do an Epsom salt bath, that could work. And then if I take an oatmeal bath, maybe that will work. Of course, lowering my water temperature from keeping it lukewarm. Oh, I don't like lukewarm showers. But lowering my water temperature and then seeing if that helps, and then try the anti-fungal thing. And yeah. But again, if you know anybody who has eczema and they tell you like they've been stressed out about it or something like that, just don't dismiss it like they're just being a little crybaby about it or something like that, or think like, oh yeah, oh that sucks, like, oh yeah, you have like a little itchy spot, oh okay, well just go on with your day, yeah, just suck it up, kind of thing. Because it's like, it's like I never thought, like for me, like I said, right, for my thing, my arm does not look pretty. It's weeping actually. So there's something it's kind of mad today, but I think also part of it is I didn't bandage it, so I've been letting it breathe, and yeah, I got to start bandaging it again. But yeah, if I had like seen someone down the street with this, right? And I didn't know them, I would have thought like, man, they gotta get that thing treated. Or I would think like, oh man, yeah, oh okay, it's a little itchy, like, oh, it must be like if you get a scratch or something, right? It must not be that bad. But it's just like depressing when you try to treat it, or when you're doing as what you perceive to be like the most that you can, and then it just continues to go on and on and on and on. And then yeah, so that's why some people, they exhaust all these measures, and then they think like to themselves, okay, well, if this kind of stuff doesn't work, then let me try this, and let me try this, and let me not eat this and this and this and this and this. And the terrible thing about eczema is it flares up. So again, if you are stressed out, people say it can get worse. And normally, right, if you have, let's say, a cold and you're a little stressed out, it's like, okay, just wait, the cold will resolve itself in a couple of days. But eczema, people have been dealing with this for a number of years. And yeah, so look at this. So they have food intolerances. Oh my gosh. See? April 2015, I tried the autoimmune paleo diet, and then they tried to do a strict diet. July, they didn't see any difference. And then they tried to put back food, and then they start breaking out eczema. And then, yeah. And then they tried homeopathic stuff. And then they had to watch what they were eating. All they eat is basically chicken, ground turkey, lamb, sweet potato, yams, plantains, apple, kale, carrots, cilantro, red onions, dill weed, thyme, olive oil, salt, nothing else. And then they became so sensitive that even changing the brand of their salt would cause a reaction. Then depression kicks in because if you have a diet like this, like you can't really go out, right? Especially if you're single, right? How are you gonna be like, hey person, I'm interested in, and how would they seek another person, right? It's like kind of embarrassing to say like I can't eat this and I can't eat this because food intolerances, and not too many people are accepting of that. I have this stance. It's like sometimes it's like people, if they see someone on like this kind of restricted diet, they're gonna think like, oh man, what a prissy person, like, oh really, you don't want to eat other than that, or oh there's something wrong with you if you can't eat other foods. And then so the sad thing is like there are people like that who would just be like, oh yeah, this person they can't have a normal life, so not interested. It's all so yeah, look at this, especially dating. Oh, so yeah, and then they got a hypnotist because they had a bad chicken, and then they tried this. Look at this, and then they had the night, yeah. So they had a bell pepper and they were reacting really badly. Oh jeez. Yeah. So this person says that other people say like, yeah, stay away from all spices, stay away from black pepper. I'm like, freaking black pepper. So okay, so yeah, if I went to like check my diet and stuff, and I listened to what some people were saying, this is what I would. I could not eat eggs. I could not have pepper on my food. I can't have a lot of good amount of vegetables. Like the nightshade vegetables, I would kind of be limited to. No dairy, right? No dairy, no pork, just grass-fed beef, and until I got and hope that would resolve itself. But even then, some people say they don't have anything for like 2 months. So just eating the same freaking food over and over and over and over and over with limited spices, it just gets depressing, I would imagine. So yeah. Yeah. Look at this. So this person has it all over their armpits, their hands, all over their face, head, back. Oh gosh. What is this? Ooh. Ooh, jeez. Okay, so this one's on their nether regions. So they went to a dermatologist, and look at all the stuff that they got. Oh gosh. So the only thing they have is this Dupixent. That sucks though, because imagine, right? If you have it on your nether regions, when you're walking, every time you walk, it's rubbing, right? Oh, damn, that sucks. That sucks. Like even for me, like I try not to I try not to like wear long sleeves right now because I notice that if I wear a jacket or if I wear long sleeves, it rubs against my skin. So I had bandages on it, and that helped a lot. But then when I took off the bandages, it got more inflamed, so I have to rebandage again. But if you have like a large area, like how the hell are you going to like cover your nether regions with a band-aid throughout the whole day, right? Especially if it's in like areas that are folded, if you get my drift, or if it's like right next to your leg. So let's say in your inner thigh or something. So yeah, that's gonna be hard to fix. Yeah. Oh goodness. Oh jeez. Yeah. Yeah, so some people swear by this thing, but again, if you don't have insurance, this stuff costs $3,000. And if you do have insurance, it's like $100. It's like $100, but yeah. See, 32% of people pay $100 a month. It's so sad though how expensive prescription, for this kind of stuff is. Like, I don't like. Here's the thing. Like for this kind of stuff, I just see it's like this is something that truly affects people's quality of life. It really should not be this price. It really should be cheaper. I don't know how much it costs to make it, but I don't think it's $37,000 to make it, at all. But yeah, and I know there are people who have done certain things, permanent solutions, because they could not find a solution to their eczema. So let's see. Let's see. Where is this? So makeup artist with eczema. Yeah. Let's see this. Oh, this is probably graphic. Oh, raw. No, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, people have to keep short nails, or they recommend wearing cotton gloves. Yeah. What food did you end up being allergic to? Eliminating diet. Egg, soy, gluten, corn. Then you got nickel. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is the one that I was reading. Look at this. Patch testing showed my triggers are nickel, cobalt, and chromium. Nickels are found in food that are conventional healthy, like whole grains, leafy grains, nuts, seeds, and some berries. It's cobalt is vitamin B12. And yeah, I've also heard that people are allergic to, like they have a breakout if they sit on like a leather couch or so, because of the coating or something, or the processing that's used on for leather. So then, yeah, they say this. A lot of eczema sufferers sudden cut sugar and dairy. And then if you focus on, like, this stuff, right? If you're allergic to nickel and you eat more leafy greens, then you're kind of screwing yourself. See that? So, we'll see. We'll see. I'll see how the antifungal works. And if that doesn't work, then I'm probably going to head over to an allergist. Look at this. Oh, jeez. Hopefully it doesn't cost 3 arms and a leg. We'll see. Oh, jeez. Nightshades and eggs were 95% of my eczema. Okay. Oh, I love eggs so much. Yeah, see? Gluten, refined sugar, dairy, nightshades, caffeine. I cut out caffeine from my diet. But, yeah, it's like being forced to be on a healthier diet for sure right now. Yeah. Okay, let me read chat really quickly. Mm. Yeah, yeah. It absolutely is tragic. So, I really hope there is more awareness about eczema in the future. I hope that people understand that if they know someone who does have eczema, that it's not just like, oh, I'm a little itchy here. I never knew, right? I never knew that there was such thing as like weeping eczema. Basically, I notice like now whenever I put any creams on here, like even like dry skin relief cream, it just weeps. And I've heard like I've heard like all sorts of things. Some people say like, oh, if it's weeping, then that means it's trying to heal, and then other people say like, no, if it's weeping, then it could be a sign of infection. I personally don't think it's infected, but I know that it's just like it's just not it's not calm, and I need to put some sort of, I need to lock in the moisture. So this is what I've been hearing about it. So they say when you have eczema, your skin is inflamed, your skin is damaged, you have moisture loss, right? So you want to make sure you always have moisture. So one of the things that you can do is you could put a big band-aid on here to trap the moisture in and encourage it to grow. But yeah, it gets dried out, and then they always say like moisturize, moisturize, moisturize. I have put so much moisturizer on this thing. I have put in like dry skin, heavy creams on here, and I know exactly what's inside of it. It's like stuff that, that diabetics dry skin relief, like that stuff was developed with dermatologists. Yeah, but it's just mad. But yeah, it's a little depressing when you look at it and it's like, frick, what the hell, man? I'm eating a cleaner diet and it's still like this. So, yeah. And then when you hear about all these people, and then look at this. I really believe it, though. I really, really believe it. Because if you are going down this whole thing, and you're itchy and you're scratching it, and every time you see it, it just doesn't look like it's getting better. Then it really screws with your brain. Then you'll be like, what the, well, there's no cure. There's so many people. Well, there can be a cure. There's management, of course, but you got to figure out what the hell you need to cut out from your diet, or what you're allergic to, and it can be pretty crazy. Yeah, so I hope that I find a solution for myself. And if I do find a solution for myself, 100%, I will, share it and then tell everybody, like, hey, I know this is not for everybody, but this is what worked for me. I think I've also told you guys that I thought about, like, oh, if I make a skin salve or something for eczema, maybe I should sell it on Etsy like everybody else does. And what I realized is, like, if I came up with a skin salve that really did help my eczema, I wouldn't sell it. Or I could sell it, but 100% I would. I was kind of on the fence, like, would I even make that stuff, and should I sell it, or should I just tell everybody, like, oh no, just make it yourself, and then here's exactly what I did for that. But yeah, you see some people, they have certain things, and eczema is one of those things. It's just like, yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible, and it screws with people's minds. So yeah, look at that. So when I've been dealing with this for about, let's see, I think it was like around November, late last year. Maybe it was November or something. Yeah, so maybe like 4 or 5 months. And I will be honest with you guys, I feel like it's getting it's getting worse than it was in November, and I just don't know if it. Some people say, like, oh, it could be because you're not going out, you're not getting any, you're not getting vitamin D. That could be it, the sunlight thing, maybe. But yeah, but whatever the case is, it just isn't good. But yeah, good news is that my personal eczema is manageable. It pisses me off a little. It's a little distracting. I got to cover it. I got to treat it very carefully. But I don't look at it and think like, oh crap, I'm gonna be like, this is like heavily affecting my quality in the life, in the sense that I'm going down a slippery slope or anything like that. No, just slap it with a band-aid or something. Slap it with a band-aid and treat it carefully. And yeah, I hope I can find a solution to this stuff. And yeah, so also I was looking online, and it's like there's so much freaking eczema creams out there, and people have said like they try this, they make this, they make that. And I was going on Amazon, putting together all the stuff that's needed for some of these creams. I kid you not, you're looking at spending like about $100 for some of these ingredients. So I already have about, let's say, $70 worth of stuff here, and I've been playing around with it. They're all duds. And I kind of think like, okay, well, Erica, while you're on the search for trying to find the solution, maybe you could make some of these stuff and then see how that works out. But yeah, but knowing my, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe all I need to do is just put that antifungal in when it gets in here, when it comes over here, and then it'll clear up. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, look at this. Oh gosh. As a child, I had it, but it went away. It came back when I was 18. Now I'm 23 now. I'm not sure why, but this year recently I've come to realize that I have mild depression. I don't think I've... Yeah, if you guys are ever thinking about this kind of stuff, like, please don't do it. Because one of the things that it's like, for a person who has, let's say, something that's negatively affecting their life and they're itchy or things like that, you don't know, and I know this is going to sound terrible for me to say it, but for a person who has, like, this kind of stuff, and let's say you want to get this, try and see if you can get it, you should be able to get it, or maybe there's, like, a patient assistant program to qualify. I don't know how much freaking this would be, but I know that, yeah, there's definitely been a number of people who have, ended their life because of eczema. And when you see some of this stuff, okay, let me find some pictures about it. You guys can see it. Okay. When you see some of this stuff, you guys, it's depressing. See, so you got people who have it all over their faces. You got people who have it on their arms. This is much bigger than a 1" by 1" patch that I have. See, it's on the back of their legs. So whenever they sit down, when they walk, their legs are rubbing against. You got it on your neck. You got it on your face. You got like this. Oh my. See, you know how mine's is like on my arm? Imagine if that spread all over my face. This would really mess with someone for sure. And this is the kind of people, like, 100%. I personally think they should be given like that kind of injection and have it 100% covered, even if they don't have insurance. Look at that. So what did she do? Oh gosh, look at that. So what did she do? Natural remedies. So see, she had too much steroids, and then she had cataract in both eyes. And then she had, oh my gosh. Yeah, so I heard people would go through, like, topical steroid withdrawal, too. That's why some people on eczema threads, they say, like, don't take steroids, try to find another option. And I know that if I go to a dermatologist, right, if they say it's like, oh, it's eczema, okay, go on a topical. I'm like, I don't want to go on a steroid. So she had to go on detox. So what did she do? Oh. Thank goodness, her skin looks so much better. Her skin looks much better. But yeah, her skin reddened after it, but at least it looks so much smoother, right? Flared badly, calmed down, alright. Oh! Oh! Wow! Okay. Yeah, so see. So they say that if you keep going on steroids, yeah, you might have to get more and more higher stuff. Wow. Yeah, so she has a little bit on her face, but that's it. So okay, I gotta look and see what the hell she did. But you know what? Talking about that, I I gotta say something here. You know, it's like whoever ended up with her, you know, because she's a mom, right? And she looks like she's in a relationship or something like that. But can you imagine how the person who decided to be with her, even though she had this kind of skin disease? I mean, to me, it's kind of just like really warmed my heart because it's like you notice like right now how society is. Everybody is so hyper focused on looks, right? It tends to be. It seems like that, right? Looks, youth, body. So for a person like this to kind of be around, and I'm assuming that person's still around. I think she's married, but I might be assuming here. But yeah, that's really something. That's really looking within like the inside of a person. I think there needs to be more people like that. I know there's a lot of guys who would just say like, I don't want to even be with a woman like that if she has a skin disease like that. Like I don't want to be with someone who is you know, what they perceive to be as like damaged or something. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know if she's in a relationship, but look, she has a second son. Look at that. So yeah, if she's married or she's with a person who's stuck by her side through her treatments, like that person, that's a top quality person over there. Mm. Yeah, I don't use any fragrance stuff. I've always tried to stay away from the fragrance stuff because I have sensitive skin. But yeah, it always like made me think like what the hell caused me to just have that kind of issue right on my arm because like around the time I had it, it's like my arm's always covered. So I know some people were thinking like, oh, Erica, maybe you got it when you were dumpster diving. I'm like, no, I don't. No, I'm always wearing a long sleeve or a jacket or something like that, and then I always, you know, wash out and things like that. But like I said, my mom had eczema, so and she went to a dermatologist for it at least several times that I can remember. She had to get injections for it, and she was, you know, that's just something that she dealt with, and yeah, but her skin was like smooth. Oh, look at this. What? Are you guys reading this? I'm originally born and raised in Hawaii, and the worst my eczema got there was a little dry spot. I moved to one of the driest states ever have dealt with constant horrible flares. Currently, I'm visiting Hawaii for family. I've gone to the beach for 2 days. It helped all my eczema spots I had on my legs, arms, creases. It's also smooth now. Wow. Look at that. It's a Hawaii person who moved out from Hawaii, and then they ended up with eczema. Yeah. I remember my mom used to go actually to the beach pretty damn often, and she always called it the healing water. So now it got me thinking. Yeah. So anyway, I bought some Epsom salt, and hopefully that clears me up. But I remember reading something along like some people try to mimic the salinity of salt water, so they'll buy like dead sea salt and they'll put it in like the sink or they'll put it in the tub and just soak in there and then try to mimic like going to the ocean. So that's another thing I could do. But this person, yeah, born and raised from Hawaii, and then it seems like if you just soak in some salt water, you should be okay. So who knows? Maybe I'll buy some Hawaii salt water. Yeah, Hawaii, not Hawaii salt water, but Hawaii. Let me show you guys this one. Hawaii sea salt. We got like 5-pound bags of this stuff. See this stuff? See? Maybe I'll just buy some Hawaiian sea salt and try to make my own ocean in the tub. So, we'll see. But yeah, the salt water is supposed to be quite healing. Oh wow, look at this. The beach. Yeah, well, you don't really have that much of a beach in New York, so. Yeah, salt water is achievable at home. I use pool salt in the bath for my son when I make a beach bath. I don't want to make a bleach bath. Yeah. Uh-oh. I moved from the East Coast to the West Coast for my job 2 years ago. 6 months in, I started having itchy skin. Used to feel hot sleeping. Now my skin has been dehydrated. And it's dehydrated, getting more wrinkly. I don't know what the humidity is right here. Dermatologist said all my problems would go away if I moved to a more humid place. Hey, so guess what? I was reading online, and on the eczema, Reddit eczema, someone said that they're born and raised in Hawaii. They moved, and then when they went back to Hawaii and went in the ocean, their eczema went away.
I think that your calling is calling you.
So, yeah, they went to the beach for 2 days, and it cured their eczema.
Time for E.T. to phone home.
E.T. to phone home?
E.T. needs to phone home. Between the people in this neighborhood throwing tomatoes at you for being Asian and the eczema.
Yeah.
The whole island is calling you, Erica.
Oh, jeez.
It's calling you. What you need to do is phone home. Clinton?
I've never had this issue in Hawaii.
I know. That's why I'm telling you that you need to phone home.
Yeah.
You need to go back to your country.
My country? You know, we are the 50th state. Actually, it depends. If someone's listening for this and they're like, no, Erica, what are you saying? Hawaii was illegally overturned. Okay. I know. Wow. Natural must be the best way. Epsom salt, yeah, so I'm ordering like 6 pounds of Epsom salt. Hopefully that cures up. Maybe I'll throw in some Hawaiian salt in there too.
Why do people try to set my store on fire?
Look at this. I'm lucky to have Hawaii near the beach. Hawaii is one of the most strict states when it comes to COVID. Oh, don't even remind me about COVID.
What, is the strictest state?
Yeah, so you remember when I went when I was thinking about going to Hawaii for Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
It's like I had to take a test here, right, to get on the plane, and then I go on Hawaii, and before I leave I have to take another test. And then come back to New York, and then 2 weeks later I got to take another test. So that's 3 freaking tests just going to and from Hawaii.
Do they still have lockdowns and all that crap?
I don't think so. But I could be wrong.
Are your people free, Coco? Are they free?
I don't know.
Can they fly?
What? I don't know. I haven't been keeping track. Every time I talk to family in Hawaii and stuff, they always tell me, I ask them, how's Hawaii? And they say, oh, it's great, Erica. I was like, how about you, Erica? I'm like, well, there's so much freaking, crazy happening in New York. You know? So I'm sure when they hear about the whole anti-Asian stuff going on, right, or the Asian crimes kind of thing,
the wrong guy to message
they must be thinking to themselves like, what the hell, Erica?
Erica chose the wrong dude to message from YouTube.
Ah, okay.
Erica got the short end of the stick.
No, I just went to sleep. Actually, I just woke up from a nap, so I've been sleeping more and everything, and
she still has the eczema.
I know. I've been trying to.
Fucked up.
Clinton, how come you have so much dander? Clinton has a lot of dander. Don't tell me you have eczema too, Clinton.
Probably contagious.
Oh, whatever.
Now he wants E.T. to phone home. Clinton, what do you say? E.T. phone home?
No, Clinton would be terrible for
E.T. phone home?
The wildlife. 100% he'd be terrible for the wildlife.
What do you mean? The wildlife would love me.
Are you kidding me? He would kill everything in Hawaii.
Probably.
He would kill everything.
There'd be a lot less cockroaches and mice everywhere.
Oh.
He would find every single last cockroach.
Oh, Chris says my eczema always goes away when I go to Florida. What?
Oh. Well, that's a great idea.
No,
I've been
telling
you I want to go
Florida's
to Florida.
no-see-um land.
Florida's a great place.
No, that's a no-see-um land. I was looking at it.
Remember the insect I told you about that after it bites you, it actually takes a shit
in the kissing bug or something, yeah.
No, it takes a shit in the bite that it puts in you. And it's only in Florida.
Yeah.
I want to go see that bug.
I don't want to see that bug. Hell no.
Let's go to Florida, Eric.
No.
Get rid of your...
No.
That bug will suck the eczema out of your body.
That would suck, actually. It's like, deal with eczema, go to Hawaii, eczema clears up, find out, yes, must stay in Hawaii.
I strongly believe if I can get the hang of driving in New York that I will be able to drive anywhere.
You will, of course.
People here are fucking insane.
Yeah, do you hear that? So, yeah, Lewis asked me, he said, Erica, do you want to drive Tesla? And I was like, no. You know why? Because the thing is it's like, I don't trust, I don't have like that fast of reflexes, and some of the people here in New York when they drive, it's absolutely insane, you guys.
Didn't you drive Milton?
Yeah, but that's different. Hawaii is different. In New York, okay, you know when the light turns green, if you do not immediately go in, like start your car within like 1 second or 2 seconds, I'm not BSing you guys. People will honk. So
Yeah.
imagine it turns green, right? It
You're
turns
supposed
green,
to go through the red.
and then it goes. You know, you think 1, 2. Like if you don't start at 2, you get a honk. Like that's how like crazy people are in New York. And again, I've told you guys this again. Like I would not recommend moving to New York. Seriously, there is no reason to move to New York.
Why?
Huh?
Why wouldn't you want to move to this lovely place?
What is so good about New York as a place? Seriously,
It's
like
the land of opportunity.
land of opportunity.
Yeah, there's opportunity.
Yeah, opportunity to look bummy.
What do you mean look bummy?
Well, I can't wear my clothes in the closet outside. You know that, huh?
If you went to my martial arts class regularly like I suggested you do, then you would be able to wear that outside.
Yeah,
And then every time someone walks up to you and says something, you go, Bilsa. And you blind them.
yeah, but I don't want to get into confrontations.
It's
That's
not
what
a
I'm saying.
confrontation if you blind them.
Huh? No. A lot of people here are packing heat. That's all I'm gonna say. No, I shouldn't say a lot, but a good chunk of people are packing heat.
Can't shoot
Do you know that like I've been looking at the crime around where we live, and yeah, people get the cops called because they're like, oh, some guy is threatening, people, and he has, he's waving around, you know
what's
what.
really funny is when...
And that was yesterday I read that.
I'm never going to forget when Erica used to walk around and buy stuff and at the local market, and she'd go, I don't know why you don't like this neighborhood. I think it's very nice here. I like it here. And then I just like, well, what the hell? Are you blind? I know you got LASIK, but was it that bad? Or what happened?
No, it wasn't
and
that.
Now it's like you finally woke up and you see the very blatant and obvious crime in the degeneracy.
Well, that nothing happened to me before. That's what I'm trying to get
Yeah,
at.
that was before people started pelting you with tomatoes. But how did you not see the writing on the walls? Every time you leave the fucking corner store at the end of the block, every single time you go in after 7 p.m.
I don't go out there at 7 p.m.
There's someone cursing out the desk clerk. Motherfucker, why is it there? This was 60 cents last week. It's 80 cents. You piece of... Like they're arguing like they're gonna break the store. That every single day I go.
Yeah. So in case you guys are wondering, you might be thinking like, well, why don't you just move over to a richer place, right? The price of this studio apartment is like $2,000. Okay, so it's not like this is it's like. Yeah, and this kind of stuff doesn't just happen where we live. It happens in Manhattan too. So that's a place where there's like $8,000 apartments a month, which I think is ridiculous. So, yeah. So if you live in Hawaii and you're driving, like people aren't like that. Like you might get a honk, but it's not like you don't have like road ragey people. You don't have people who go road rage and then they get pissed off and then they drive next to you and then they decide to discharge something at you, which happens in New York, by the way. There was this one guy who was washing his car, and then some guy went up to him and then just point blank or something like that, if I remember correctly, and he didn't know the guy at all. So yeah, there's nothing like if you guys are like listening to this and you're like looking outside in, and you would be like, oh, Erica, but isn't New York like Sex in the City? Isn't it so glamorous? I'm like, no. That is not New York. That is the movie version of New York. But now it's like I feel like a lot of. I'm gonna be frank here. I feel like New York really protects criminals. And I've shared with you guys about that one guy who stabbed his mom in the heart, and then he got released, and he was on lifetime probation. I'm like, how the hell do you kill someone and end up getting released from jail with lifetime probation instead? And you stabbed them in the heart, your own mother. So sucks. But yeah, so New York, in my opinion, they're not harsh on criminals. I think it protects criminals. I don't think I think crime is kind of out of control, in my opinion. And I know some people would say, Erica, we need I know people are going to give me shit about this, but I think New York is one of those states we actually need more police. We don't need less police. So anybody who says like, oh, well, why don't we just have less police officers? I'm like, no. You want to have more police officers with what the kind of that comes on in New York. You guys hear about all the stuff that's going on in the subway? There needs to be more police officers for that. at the station in case anybody gets pushed onto the tracks, which does happen, attacked at the subway station, which does happen, robbed at the subway station. So yeah, sometimes when I hear about people saying like, oh, we don't need the police, like screw the police, we don't need them. Yeah, I'm like, okay, just move to New York and let's see how you fare without any police. Let's see, because there's some bad people in New York, 100%.
Lots of them. Most of them came here from Hawaii.
You know what? I don't believe in the whole thing where some people say all cops are bad. I don't think that that's true at all, because I think that there are good ones and there are bad ones. But I really do believe that it's not like if you have like a few bad people, right? And let's say they do some heinous stuff, right? They need to be held accountable for it. But I think it's very erroneous to say like, yeah, we don't need any of them, because here's the thing: if someone breaks into your house, who the hell are you gonna call, right, when you need help? There's some people out there who are like, yeah, we don't need them, we can police ourselves. Yeah, we don't need them. I'm like, okay, look, if a mob of like 20 people want to bum rush you, you're gonna want to call the police. You aren't gonna be like, well, I got one weapon on me, and yeah, there's 20 of them over there, and yeah, we'll be okay. Because one thing I've learned is, yeah, sometimes people run in groups, and it's not good. Yeah, I do watch Donut Operator. So yeah, I refuse to believe that, and I think sometimes it's like when people are just like, yeah, we don't need them. Sometimes I kind of wonder, like, are these people living in an area where there's crime, or are they kind of in like a gated neighborhood and they're like, there's no crime here? What are you talking about?
No, it's here. You see the signs in the window.
What?
The ACAB stuff.
Yeah.
There's the cows in the window in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
ACAB stuff.
Yeah. So?
It's not a gated community.
Yeah, I see that too, but then I also wonder, you could be packing heat and then also having that same thing over there. Like, how dare you go and try to stop me while I'm trying to do a home invasion? You know, there was a home invasion yesterday, okay? There was a home invasion yesterday that happened around, let's say, I think it was either 8 a.m. or 8 a.m. or 4 p.m. And it wasn't too far from where we lived. So when you hear about that kind of stuff, it just depresses me, you know? It's like, okay, so who are you gonna call, huh? So yeah, anyway, so that's enough about my rant about this kind of stuff. But I maintain, if you guys know anybody who wants to move to New York and they have some kind of glorified image of New York, please tell them, don't move to New York. You're going to come over here, you're going to see a lot of crap, and then you're going to think to yourself like, man, why is this place so freaking expensive and you got to deal with all this stuff? I don't know, you know, I think, and I know people would give me crap about this, but I think there are, how would I say this? I think there are certain people out there that know that they can get away with things, and they feel confident about it. So they kind of run, you know, they kind of run certain neighborhoods, or they feel cocky, you know, and they're like, yeah, what is the police gonna do? They're gonna arrest, and then they're gonna be kept in prison for a little bit, and then they're gonna get released.
Erica right there.
Huh?
Erica runs this neighborhood.
No, I don't run this neighborhood.
She's so cocky.
No. So yeah. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Yeah. So Chicago's awesome about. You know what? I mean, I shouldn't say this, but I feel like I feel like that's a problem when you have like certain big cities, and then there's just so much, like, I don't even know why New York is the way it is. I have no idea. Like, it's like, maybe it's because, I don't know, but I see I see people in New York that just kind of makes me think like, holy crap, I've never encountered these kind of people in Hawaii. And I was way more, social in Hawaii than I was in New York. Now I'm kind of like bunkering in. I'm kind of bunkering in, yeah. So anybody anybody who's in Hawaii was like, oh, Erica must be like having such a great time in New York, and must be such a social thing. No, nope. I want to see. I don't know how. I heard LA is depressing because there's a lot of homeless encampments and stuff like that because the housing is so freaking expensive. But Tim, if you come to New York, I would say don't just stay in Manhattan. Go off to other areas and see how it is. And I think you'll find, at least my experience is, people are very aggressive for no freaking reason. I don't know why they're so aggressive here in New York. It just blows my mind. I told you about that one time. What was it, last week? I was walking down the street. I was walking down the sidewalk, okay? And then I had a dress on, like a white and green dress, and then I had a polka dotted sun umbrella with my sunglasses, and I don't look intimidating at all, right? Like when you see me, you'll be like 100% kind of looking like a girly girl here.
Erica's very scary.
Huh?
Erica is very scary.
Yeah, when you close your eyes and you think about someone who would frighten you on the street, that would be me with the polka dotted sun umbrella. No. And yeah, I had my little like handbag with the cartoon lion on it. Like I don't look intimidating at all, in my opinion. So anyway, yeah, I was walking down the sidewalk, and then there's this woman. I was walking down the sidewalk, and then I think like, oh crap, I want to check something behind me, right? So I turn around, and then the woman's like, oh, she asked me something like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, what? Excuse me? And then she wants me to walk in front of her. Like, I'm thinking like, do you think I'm gonna mug you or something? And she was just so hostile towards me. I was like, whoa, like, and she looked pissed off at me, and I'm like, I didn't do anything. All I did was turn around. That's all I did. I just turned around, and yeah, she just was like that, and I don't have that experience in Hawaii. It's not like I turn around and people want me to walk in front of them, and I kind of thought to myself like, oh crap, what is she gonna do? But I just complied because I thought like, hey Erica, you're at a crossroads here, because you either listen or you just disobey. And from what I realized from like certain people in New York, it's like if you don't follow what they say, they get even more aggressive. Seriously. Yeah, they yell at you, and then it's like, why are you making this into such a big deal? It's not a big deal at all. But I think it's a power thing. I think it's a control thing. It's like they only know how to freaking shout and scream at you. It's like, whoa, don't you know how to speak to people? So yeah, I think some New Yorkers have a huge attitude problem, and I don't know what it is. It's like, I am a big, powerful person, like, it's like if I scream at you, then I'm stronger than you. I don't know what it is. I'm like, I just want to walk down the street. I just turned around. That's all I did. You see? I know. She walks around the neighborhood like a creature out of Hello Kitty. I know. It just blew my mind, because like that day I knew how I looked, I knew how I dressed, and I was like, why are you mad at me? It's like, I'm not angry. I wasn't looking angry. I didn't look intimidating. Just, yeah. I mean, would you consider, yeah. No. Oh, I pick up the trash, actually. I pick up the trash. Like if I see trash going down the sidewalk, which I do see pretty damn often, I do that. I'm like, I don't want to see this piece of plastic rolling down the sidewalk. I do my part. Let's see, what is this crooks thing? Okay, let's see. Looks like a certain influencer has said something. Okay, let's see over here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. By the way, I've also speculated on this, and I've told you guys this. I don't think the eviction moratorium is gonna happen. I think it's gonna get extended. Just gonna extend it forever and ever and ever and ever. Free rent for everybody forever.
Bleed the landlords dry.
I know. Start with Sunny first. What? He made a video. Oh gosh. Crooks beat sanitation worker in early oh gosh. You know, sanitation workers, like, I hate it when people, okay, so in case you guys didn't keep up with this, there was a delivery guy, a delivery driver who got shot, and he had an arrow, and it's not that great of a e-bike, but yeah, he got shot a couple days ago and killed, and I thought to myself, like, why the hell are you picking on a delivery driver? Like, these people work very hard for their money, and, like, come on, can you be any more of a freaking lowlife? And sure enough, look at this. Crooks beat sanitation in early morning robbery. See, look at this. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, you got the group. Look at this. Group of men who attacked and robbed a sanitation worker. It happened at 1:40 p.m. So please do not think that if you are safe by going at 1:40 p.m. You are not. You are not safe. There is all sorts of stuff happening at 8 a.m., 4 p.m., 3 p.m., 2 p.m. Wow, the suspects approached a 42 employee and hit him throughout his body with a baseball bat and golf club. They pulled out a you-know-what and took his cell phone. Oh gosh, let's watch this. Oh jeez, oh my gosh. Look, and then... see this kind of stuff? Why are you gonna pick on a person who's taking the fucking trash? Seriously. This is New York, you guys. Of all the people you could pick on. See the guy in the white? Okay, let me pause it. So the guy in the white, he's a sanitation worker. So he picks up the trash bags. Boom, he gets hit. And then freaking lowlife over here with the baseball bat comes running in. Hold up. Let's attack the sanitation worker too. See, these people run in packs. Why are you picking on the sanitation worker? No, you don't. No, I don't think they knew each other. I think they're just being scumbag. But yeah, so in case you guys want to move into New York, this is what you might be walking yourself into if you move to New York, okay? So yeah, please do not think New York is a great place to live. You gotta watch your back, for sure. Yeah, so Tim Tam said he's taking out the trash and most he'd have his lunch money on him. They took his cell phone. So, I mean, like, I don't understand, like, why what is so you don't even know what kind of cell phone this guy has, right? This guy could have, like, a shoddy ass phone. But they're like, oh, you know why they take the cell phone? Because they don't want the guy calling for help. That's why. So, yeah, like, they can say, like, ah ha ha, we got, like, 20 minutes before that guy, can call for help. Oh, let's beat up another person. Oh, ha 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 ha, look how powerful we are. We run around with our freaking baseball bats. See? So, a lot of people, they just get away. And then I also feel this way. I feel like sometimes when people live in the neighborhood with these punks, they protect them because they're gonna be like, oh, I don't want to do anything because that's my so and so neighbor, and yeah, he did something, but you know what, it's okay because crime happens over here. So yeah, just absolute trash. And I have, in case you guys didn't know, like I'm very much pro. Like Like, if someone kills someone, I'm totally for death penalty, 100%. And, like, that person who got shot, the delivery driver, oh my gosh. Okay, so in case you guys didn't hear. So this happened, what? When did this happen? March 10th. Oh, wait, when was this? March 10th. Yeah, so this happened last month. I'm losing track of my days. Let's see. New York delivery driver killed. In case my computer looks like it's lagging, you're right. Content? They want more food. I'm like, dude, Oreo's so chunky, he doesn't need more food. See this? New York City food delivery worker death highlights concerns for gig employees. Yeah, these people work very, very hard. I hate it when people who do these kind of things get injured. I really hate it. It pisses me off. See these people? Hard-working people, helping people out, especially during this kind of time when, let's say, they don't want to go outside, or they don't feel safe going on the subway. You guys have seen, like, you guys haven't seen any streams coming from me from going to Manhattan in a while, right? There's a reason. So yeah, see this? While sitting, so this was shortly after 11 p.m. While sitting on a park bench to eat some food, he was reportedly approached by a man who demanded he hand over his e-bike. When he refused, the man in the chest and fled the scene. Like, okay, gonna be honest here, this guy, this punk over here is idiot, because why would you shoot someone in the chest and then say, oh, okay, I'm not gonna take the bike? Did he think there's the other reason that I think he could have done this is like, maybe he was so freaking dumb that he thought, well, if I shoot him, maybe he won't bleed. Right? But no, when you shoot someone, blood spatters, and then if someone sees you with the bike that has blood spatter on it, like, you really don't want to be riding on this. So why would you do this kind of stuff? Why would you even shoot someone, right? Why would you shoot him point blank in the chest? Like, what do you have to gain from that? And what I think happened is that the guy with the weapon, he's just road ragey. Oh, thank you, Chris Wiss. But yeah, see, like, people like this, it's New York has a lot of people with rage issues, and it doesn't make sense. Like, I've thought about this, like, at least 10 times in my head, and I'm still thinking about it now. Like, someone tells you, hey, give me your bike, and then you tell them no, and then what would prompt a person with a weapon to just to do that point blank and not take the bike? They have lack of self-control, or they just say, you know what, screw you. You want to tell me no? You can't tell me no. Yeah, da-da-da-da-dun. Okay, you did. So that kind of person is a ticking time device, and it sucks. It sucks. But, yeah. So this guy, hard-working man, life cut way too freaking short. So, see? So these people are more of a target for theft. See? Yeah. So we get our food delivered to us. Lewis gets food delivery every so often. I get the groceries via food delivery because I feel like, yeah, I might as well just get food delivery rather than go on the subway and then have to go to like 3 different places to get food. So yeah, we normally get our food from Amazon Fresh. I don't do Whole Foods, but Amazon Fresh has a whole bunch of stuff, and I find that it's cheaper than a lot of the local stores here where we live, and the selection is so much better. So yeah, but the food delivery people that I've encountered, they're so incredibly, they're very humble, and they you can kind of tell, like, when you look into their eyes, they're very how would I say it, like they're they're very good people. And even like, when was it? I think it was last week or something. No, it was actually not. Yeah, last week, sometime last week. We had groceries delivered, and then I told him, I said, "Oh, just put it behind the security door, and I'll grab it." And actually, they didn't just put it behind the security door. They actually tried to walk up and then deliver it directly to the door that we're at. And I was like, I caught them, and I was like, no, 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 you don't have to go all the way up here. Like, just leave it over here. And then I said, yeah, just go on with your delivery. So I don't like it when the food delivery people walk all the way up, because I kind of think, like, you know what, I can stretch my legs anyway. I don't buy that many groceries, and some of them, they're on a time crunch, right? They get a lot of stuff, and better to just make that kind of money. So yeah, I'll save them a little bit of time. And some of these groceries, I think, like, holy crap, I know, like, some people would say, well, why don't you just have them, like, walk up like a bunch of stairs and deliver it? I said, and I think to myself, like, that takes a lot of toll on you, right? You go up and down the stairs. That's just for one delivery. What if you have like 10 deliveries to do? That's a lot of freaking stairs. So if I can just kind of minimize how much stairs they're walking, then I don't see that as a bad thing at all. I mean, it doesn't hurt me to go down a bunch of stairs, right? Just like up and down like once or twice a day. That's it. Yeah, so yeah, if you guys have any food delivery delivered to you, just think about it. Instead of having the person come to your door, think about just having them meet you downstairs or something. And then that way they have less stress on their body, and then you get a little bit of exercise. I think sometimes, like, we get too like we think, like, oh, we don't think about, like, the other people who are delivering kind of those kind of stuff, and it just takes a lot of wear and tear off of you, right? Take up the groceries. Oreo? Oh, are you kidding me? Oreo sleeps all day. Like, all he does is just, like, wake up, cry for food. I give him food. 3 hours later, he wants more food. 3 hours later, he wants more food. And yeah, he doesn't eat in the cat bowl, you guys. In case you guys didn't know about Oreo, he takes the food out of the cat bowl, and he just, like, drops it in front of the bowl, or on the side of the bowl, or on the ground, or he somehow splatters it against the wall. I don't know how the hell Oreo does it, but he is such a freaking messy eater. I wish he would just eat in the cat bowl, but he makes it his mission, like, even if he's the only one eating, okay? No. That is not true. He's not. So, yeah, even though Oreo is, I don't, yeah, even if he's eating alone, he still likes to grab the food out of the bowl and just bring it 3 inches away from the bowl. It's very strange to me. I never figured out why he does that, but he is his own cat, so yeah. No, I mean, like, he tries to get with Barry, but Barry's doesn't like getting chased by him and stuff. Like, he doesn't do it that often either, but freaking yeah, when I woke up today, I saw Oreo on the cat stairs, Barry was on the bed, and they were staring at each other. And then Oreo doesn't want to make eye contact with her. And then I see her just staring intently at Oreo, probably about 4 inches away. And then all of a sudden, she just takes out her claw, and she just, like, her claws are fully extended out, and she tries to scratch him in the face. And she goes for the eyes. That's the terrible thing about what she does. Like, she has the claws out, and she just strikes for the eyes, and it was completely unprovoked. So she does that to Oreo, like, a bunch of times, and it's like he could be sleeping, and then she'll just hit him, or kind of thing. I'm like, why are you doing this kind of stuff? Why are you picking on him? But yeah, and then she just, yeah. So don't think Blackberry is that innocent. She's not that innocent. She picks on him for no apparent reason. So I think that's why Oriole's a little on guard, and Oriole doesn't attack her. He's a little too docile. So he'll just avoid her. He'll like run away from her. Yeah, he just wants to de-escalate. But yeah, Blackberry's about what, 2 pounds? It seems like 2 pounds lighter than Oriole, but she knows she can mess around with him, right? So that's why she's getting kind of cocky about that. I'm like, Blackberry, come on now. I mean, all I have to do is just get some frickin', get those little rubber nail, whatever, those kitty, what's it called? It's like kitty nail covers. Kitty nail covers, and she's not going to be able to scratch anything. I think it's called, I forgot what it is. It's the kitty nail caps. See these? Paw covers? Yeah, Purdy Paw. See these? She won't even be able to scratch anything if I put these things on her. But I don't really want to do it. See? But yeah, that way I could guarantee, because I know if she actually successfully scratched Oriole's eye, that would be a very expensive vet bill for sure. And then you'd be worried about it, and I wouldn't want her to blind him. But yeah. No, I cut the nails, and the nails still sharpen themselves. I don't know what it is. I cut her nails, and next thing I know, they're like resharpened. They're all jealous because I'm always following. You know what? I have to protect Oriole's ass. That's why. No, but I mean, like, I spend time with Clinton. Like, Clinton and Oriole, I feel like get along better than Clinton and Blackberry. At least Clinton doesn't have to watch his back while he's sleeping. So Clinton and Oriole will sleep together, and then Blackberry will be like about 15 feet away from them sometimes. And I'm like, man, look at these two bros over here. What do they have both in common? They both got hit in the face by Blackberry. So, yeah. No, I mean, like, Oriole tries to chase Blackberry, but, he's so slow, and he's kind of bulky, so he can't catch up to her. And, like, Blackberry knows that. It's like, yeah, but Blackberry's just way too aggressive about certain things. I'm like, gee, like, there's, like, you don't have to, like, escalate the situation. No, it's like a nail cap, so you kind of glue the nail in there, if I remember correctly. See that? So that way they can't scratch anything. See? So if you guys remember, Lewis was sleeping one day, and I think he rolled. No, he didn't roll, but do you remember when Blackberry scratched you?
Yes.
Yeah. What happened? What did you do? You got up or something? You went to grab your water or something, right? Okay, so if I remember correctly, what happened was that...
She scratched me and I thought I was blind because she did it right by my eye.
Okay, so what happened was that he was sleeping, right? He was sleeping, he went to grab the water right next to him. Blackberry was sleeping next to his head. And then when he went to grab the water, she freaked out, and then she basically jumped onto it next to his eye, or she scratched his eye. And yeah, her claws were like instantly retracted out kind of thing. And yeah, so that's why Lewis sleeps with freaking safety goggles now, because you just don't know when Blackberry's gonna decide to scratch. Do you notice a trend here? Oriole getting scratched in the face, Clinton getting scratched in the face, Lewis getting scratched in the face. You noticing a trend over here? So yeah, but she hasn't scratched me in the eyes yet. I mean, yeah. I think part of it is because Oriole sleeps there's no space on the other side where I am, and Oriole sleeps between Lewis and I like a freaking wall. Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty cool. I was thinking about putting these on Blackberry after she scratched Lewis's face. If you guys remember that. That happened sometime, I think, last year. But, yeah, I never got around to it. I was like, nah, I don't want to deal with the whole maintenance thing about this stuff. But, yeah. See that? Kitty paws. So you gotta do the upkeep every couple weeks, and this way, if they try to scratch you, it ain't gonna scratch you at all. 100% not gonna scratch you. Yeah, I don't know. All I know is, yeah, I'm not worried about Blackberry scratching me, but man, she really digs her claws, and I don't know what it is about her. Like, she just her go-to is just scratching for the eyes, even for you. Yeah. See that? Oh, look at these things. So if you guys ever saw, I don't think we would ever put this on Blackberry, but if you guys ever saw this on a cat, out of all 3 cats, it would definitely be Blackberry. 100%. Not Oreo. Definitely not Oreo. Not Clinton. It would be her. Just because of the claw issues. Oreo, he could move. Oreo's, you know what? I like to say Oreo isn't moving much because he, there isn't much for him to do after the situation, you know? It's like, yeah. He worked at 186, and then after he came home for December, and then in, February or something, or late January, then the situation happened. And Oreo has just been doing, he's just been like laying low. He isn't really needed as a security cat. So as a result of that, Oreo has been gaining weight, and he goes on this whole cycle of crying for food. Like that. Just, I'm like, Oreo, you're a friggin' fat cat, Oreo. So fat. And yeah, I see his face, and I'm like, Oreo, your face looks skinny when I look at it, but then you look at the rest of his body, he just looks chunky. He looks super chunky, and he still cries. Like, I don't feed him. He still cries. So anyway, you guys, I'm gonna talk to you guys later. I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna go take a shower and take a lukewarm bath, freaking with my oatmeal thing, and see how that thing works. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully my little antifungal thing works. My skin is not too happy. It is, yeah, my skin is not too happy, but it's not like my eczema or my little itchy patches screwing with my life that much. I really hope, though. I really hope that there's a low cost solution, and people who are dealing with severe eczema, I hope there's a cure for it, for sure. Oh, look at this. 2 doses of this stuff, and my skin is doing the dry flake, and the itching is gone, but I'm left with some dark marks. Yeah, I don't want to go through that. See how, so this stuff, crazy. Yeah. Oh, look at this. See, this is what I was talking about. So some of you guys are telling me, oh, Erica, just go to a dermatologist, and if it's eczema, they'll treat you. Yeah, all a dermatologist is going to do is just tell me to put on a steroid cream. See that? And I want to avoid that kind of stuff. Dermatology, everyone I've seen has gone nothing but prescribed with a general practitioner doctor. They repeat the same information. I'm done with them. Yeah. See? So these people actually go to a dermatologist. So my thoughts about dermatologists isn't because it's just like I have a vendetta against dermatologists, but I read about this kind of stuff, and it's like, yep. Ah, look at this. Organic cinnamon mixed with honey. That's what this guy's claiming. That's a lot of freaking honey. We'll see. So yeah, you guys. Yeah, you can't do that in the studio. Hell no. Definitely not. There's no way. There's no other room. There's no room to do that. And she can jump. Blackberry can jump. So.
Only one cat here can't jump.
Only one cat. Only one. Yeah, Lewis said only one cat can't jump. Clinton. I wish Clinton could jump. Nah, I'm just kidding. You know, Oreo does not jump because Orio's an older cat, and I don't know. I put him through like 1 month of Cosequeen, and it doesn't look like it's making a difference. I felt like it made a difference, but now I think he's packing on weight, so he's not turning into the cheetah that I thought he would be. I've been trying to give him these pep talks about it for sure. I've been telling Oreo, like, Oreo, look at the lion, look at the cheetah, look at the jaguar. You're all related to them. See the cheetah. See how fast it can run. Oreo, you can start running again. And then he just kind of like looks at me, and then he just wants his tummy rub, and I'm like, Oreo, I'm trying to give you a pep talk, try to give you some motivational exercise. Like, you were related to this cat, and you can run if you want, but he's on energy conversation mode. Yeah. You take the cats to the vets, they're on expensive food, and Oreo still has problems. Yeah, he's getting kind of chunky. And the thing is like, I don't feed them. I give them the same amount every day. So, yeah, it's just, I don't know what it is about Mr. Oreo. And I look at the other cats, right? Like, Blackberry, she looked like she gained a little weight, but not too much weight. Clinton has been kind of taking it. He's chubbier than he was before. He definitely has more weight to him than before, but he's not like a freaking fat cat. But Oreo, on the other hand, Oreo is just rolls. I'm gonna call him my cinnamon roll at this point. Oh, hold on. Oh my goodness, I see a bug. What kind of bug is that? Oh shit. Oh, please don't be this freaking no-see-em. I don't think it was a no-see-em. It did look like a no-see-em. Oh, damn. Yeah, so I'm on the freaking no-see-em thought, because it's like every time I think about the no-see-ems, I'm like, shit. Freaking no-see-ems. Yeah, he no longer has a DM, not always. Yeah, Oreo's yeah, he's chunky. So if you look at like the body shape of each cat, you'd easily know which one's which. Dainty and small, Blackberry. Big and lean, Clinton. One that looks kind of like an oversized sausage, or kind of looks like you know those blender sponges. Let me see. See, this is how I feel like Oreo's body shape kind of looks like. See that? But he looks more like a blimp. So yeah, Oreo looks more like a blimp to me. But Oreo has like a tiny little face-ish. And then once you see his body, it's like, whoa, Oreo. See that? So head goes over here, and then body's down here. But yeah, his face is skinny. So when you look at his face from the top up, right, when he's looking up at me, he's like, feed me, I don't get fed enough. And I'm like, Oreo, you freaking fat cat over here. Yeah, but he always just wants more and more food. Yeah, I wasn't in no-see-em. Oh gosh, if fucking no-see-em wore over here, I would not be happy. So yeah, when the no-see-ems come out, I heard no-see-ems breed in the summer. Oh my god, I'm gonna be like freaking on guard when the summer comes up. I don't want the no-see-ems to run back in again. For sure. So yeah, you guys take care. You guys sleep early. I'm gonna be taking my nice little bath soak. Hopefully that calms down my skin. And if it does calm down my skin, I'll let you guys know. Because I know there are people who are suffering from eczema. And yeah, I don't know why my skin's getting flared up right now. Nightshades? Who knows? Who knows? Eggs? Who knows? But whatever the reason being, I'm just happy that it's not as bad as it could be. Let's knock on some wood. Let's knock on the wood. Yeah.